The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
Do you feel like I do? Do die? What the heck is he saying on that? Do die, do die, do die. See, I'm very bad at lyrics, Paul. And he's probably saying something that makes sense. But I think he's saying do die. What is do die? Do die, do die, do die, do die, do die. See, that makes no sense at all.
Not a bit, not a bit.
It's time for us to talk with Ann Satterley of the Sunrise
Ann
Theater.
Satterley.
Ann has joined us live. Hey, Ann, good morning.
Good morning, and I'm not going to interpret anything.
You don't know what he's saying either. Now, I don't know how Frampton does this. Does he do this song in that raw way that because he's doing it kind of like, what? It's not the acoustic version of he's coming, because he's coming to town.
Right, the acoustic version, but he doesn't have all the synthesizers and all the other stuff that make the crazy sound.
But does he still say, do die, do die, do die?
You know, there's one way to find out. Buy a ticket.
There it is.
The show.
Peter Frampton, an acoustic tour with special guest Julian Frampton. Is that his son or something?
That's his son, yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, father and dad, so it should be a great show, and that's coming up weekend after next.
Very
Can
nice.
you believe it's already October?
Yeah, man. You guys got some great stuff coming. Lay it on us, baby.
Yeah, we've got, of course, Peter Frampton coming up, and we've got an evening with Mark Russell that's going to be there. You know, he's the great political satirist, and he plays the piano, and he comes up with all these little fun pundits. That's going to be a great show. That's on October the 16th. And, of course, we've got Comedy Corner thrown in there. We've got some blues and jazz at the Black Box, presented by Bluebird Educational Foundation. That's 21 Blue. And then we've got this great show that most people will think it's the weirdest name, but it's called the Aluminum Show. It's sort of like a Blue Man Group, except it's with aluminum objects and people inside them, and they all move. Lights, and it's really wild. There's a video on our website. You can check out a previous show that has all the things in it. So it's really neat. So we've got some great shows coming up. And, of course, we've just announced this week Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots will be there at the Sunrise again. And the ticket sales are on right now for members. And on Friday, they go on sale to the general public at 10 o'clock. So if you like Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots, they're coming back to Fort Pierce this year.
I know it's early, but you guys have got a super December on tap here. I mean, you've got Hermits, Peter Noon. You've got the Christmas Carol featuring the Florida Dance Company. I mean, I'm looking forward in November to Dave Koz. I mean, your November, December is like smoking.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. And all that information is on the website. We've got Fame, the Broadway musical that's going to be there in December, and the Shanghai acrobats from the People's Republic of China. So there's something for everyone. And if you're thinking about Christmas gifts, it's not too early. So you could always get a gift certificate or go ahead and buy a pair of tickets for one of the upcoming shows.
Oh, that's a good idea. So buy someone a gift certificate, just give it to them, and they can pick whatever show they want and just apply it.
Sure.
Yep,
oh, that's cool.
Absolutely.
Now, Ann, talk to us about membership.
Membership's great. And, we always talk about membership, but that actually gives you the ability to buy tickets before the general public. We always tier our sales to our members. So depending on what level category you are, and you can get in as membership as little as $75, and it goes all the way up to $10,000. But you can buy your tickets in advance. You also have the ability at some of the levels, the upper levels, to go to meet and greets. And we have a kickoff party for our members. In fact, it's going to be the night of Peter Frampton coming up. So you get some little fun things throughout the year as being a member. And, of course, it's tax deductible. Can't beat that. And you get to get the best seats in the house.
So it certainly, membership has its
privileges
and rewards.
It certainly does.
The theater, sunrisetheater.com is the website. Sunrise Theater with a TRE at the end.com. And, of course, the acoustically perfect and beautiful downtown Fort Pierce. It's just a beautiful location. It's one of the most fabulous theaters I've ever gone to. And I'm not just saying that because we've got Ann on the phone here. We go to the theater all the time.
Yes, we
and
do.
It's just, and Paul, you've seen some of the comedy.
Oh, I sure
things.
have. Yeah, I have. Absolutely.
So, guys, go to the website, browse it, take a look at it, and just see what you may be interested in. It gives you a whole bunch of facts about the people that are coming to town. And, of course, if you want to call the box office, their number is 772-461-4775. And, as always, we love talking to you about the Sunrise Theater.
Great. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll be adding more shows. Maybe I'll have some new announcements next week.
Very good. We look forward to talking with you next Wednesday and Saturday.
You notice a lot of British folks coming here. A lot of Brits. I mean,
and the thing about it is we've got just the people that come here, the people that they know who to call and contact. Well, how do they know these people, man? These are top name acts coming to our little town.
A lot of them have been here before, I think. They like it. They come back again.
You better believe it.
Absolutely.
That place, and a lot of them will stop down in the middle of their performance and go, wow, this is a nice place.
Yeah.
Wow, it sounds good in
I've
here.
always liked theaters. Wherever I've lived, there's been a theater, and I've always enjoyed going there.
And I like the smaller environment. I mean, it's fine to go to a major auditorium that holds 90,000 people, and you're looking at the stage, and they look like ants.
Yeah, it's very personal
But
here.
when you go to the Sunrise Theater, man, there's not a bad seat in the house.
Very personal.
Good stuff there.
Good morning. It's 8:18, 71 degrees. A fine morning out there. Time for the news in 1590 WPSL, the talk of the Treasure Coast, along with our news partners at CBS News Channel 12 and the Florida News Network. Well, when it comes to teachers' salaries, the state of Florida gets a C, according to rankings from WalletHub.com. Starting pay for teachers in the Sunshine State, $35,000 a year, and we're 25th in the country. New Jersey is ranked number 1, and Hawaii was last. Some people with disabilities say the Magic Kingdom isn't so magical for them. Lawyer Andy Donegal is appealing to the dismissal of 45 lawsuits accusing Disney of discriminating against those with autism. Disney allows visitors to make reservations in advance for a ride to avoid waiting in line. But Donegal says a long wait could make children with autism have a meltdown and lead their parents to leave the park early. Disney says they'll go to great lengths to accommodate the parents. And that bird on Twitter logo might soon get a pair of mouse ears. That's right. Disney said it's preparing to make a bid to buy the company, Bloomberg.com reports. Disney's interest is tied to Twitter's ability to expand Disney's streaming video distribution. It would be another attempt by Disney to reach potential customers. And it just isn't NASA that's aiming for Mars. Elon Musk, the head of SpaceX, has announced plans to send a fleet of ships to the Red Planet with the goal of colonizing it. Things will get their start at a familiar place, the Florida launch site.
Sworn testimony shows on the night of the
It is a fit on Pad 39A, which NASA's been kind enough to allow us to use, where because they somewhat oversized the pad in doing Saturn V, and as a result, we can actually do a much larger vehicle on that same launch pad.
Musk says the goal is to have a population of 1 million people on Mars. Gee, if they asked you to go to Mars, what would you say?
How about no?
Okay, well, there it is. Anyway, it says the first colony flights to Mars could be happening within 20 years. Gee, you'd be an old man by then.
Those are one-way flights, dude.
I know.
Come on.
You better bring a friend. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Money from the nearly $30 million One Orlando Fund began to be distributed today to the victims of the Pulse nightclub massacre. The estates of 49 patrons who were killed will get their largest amount, $350,000. Fund Director Alex Martin says they tried to be as fair as possible.
As nothing replaces life, no check that we could cut, for those who lost a loved one could replace them. But, we certainly always worked along the lines of those that suffered loss of life would get the largest check, so to speak.
And by the way, if you want to vote in November, the deadline to register in Florida is October the 11th. The state elections office has just updated their voter education toolkit, and it's available at www.uvoterflorida.com. Although Google isn't quite sure of the exact date of birth, it celebrated its 18th birthday just yesterday.
Larry Magid, CBS News Tech Talk. It's time to sing a song for Google.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Actually, we don't know the exact date that Google was born, but the company celebrated its 18th birthday on Tuesday, September 27th. Whether Google can mark its beginnings that day or another day, the fact is that it's become a fact of life for people around the world for nearly 2 decades now. I remember what life was like before Google. We had Yahoo, which was kind of like a table of contents for the internet. You would browse by subject, and we had a search engine called Alta Vista. But Google did it right, not only with the ability to find virtually any web page, but with page ranking that at least made a very good effort to put the most relevant pages on top. Advertising around search remains Google's cash cow, but the company has grown dramatically. Larry Magid, CBS News.
Now, Paul, I just Googled when was Google born. I mean, come on now.
Well,
what do you mean they don't know when they were born? Just Google it. Okay, I Googled it. It says September 4th, 1998.
September the 4th.
So what are they talking about? What do you mean they don't know when Google was born?
Well, it must be just a little cue to get people to listen in.
I think they just wanted us to Google it.
I think you're right.
I think so, too.
Well, those are all the stories, by the way, making news this hour. Your traffic is coming up.
Okay, Paul, I wanted to mention this to you because I just got a text from Bama Red. Bama, feel free to call. Bama says, wow. Did Paul just take a shot at your Dolphins?
You mean that?
What did you say about the Dolphins a little while ago?
I said in the power rankings for the third week, the Dolphins are at 25th with a bullet.
That's right, and that means that we're going up the charts.
Yeah, well,
see, because when you're already up there, there's only one place to go, Paul.
That's right.
That's down.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So, Bama, if you care to call Paul and discuss with him, feel free, my friend.
All right.
Now, you may not know this, but our 8 o'clock show is always being filmed, and it airs on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just type in morning show, Google it.
Or WPSL TV.
And it'll pop right up. And we're sitting here talking with our camera director and about putting something behind Paul when he does his news or whatever. I mean, we're getting ready to do traffic now. That would be cool to see a traffic jam in the background of you and all that kind of stuff. So we're putting his feet to the fire. We're taking this to the next level,
I'm
Paul.
sure we are. Well, let's have a look at that traffic, G. Nothing behind us right now, as you can clearly see, except green sky or grass or whatever that is behind us here. But anyway, there's no traffic out there today, G. We're in good shape. No accidents, no incidents to report. However, if you see something out there, be the first one to call us. Our number,
340-1590.
There you go.
Thanks.
You're hearing the morning show, Talk of the Treasure Coast, 1590 WPSL.
That's right.
Going to have the time of your life, I promise.
See, now, right now, he could put up a picture of a cell phone, because I'm getting ready to talk about a cell phone.
Exactly.
That cell phone could be behind you. And
He to have that up front. He would know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll tell him up there. All right, what's the number one feature or improvement you'd wish your cell phone had? According to a survey, we've got the top 5. Mine would be, I want it to work like a phone.
There you go.
It does everything else. And then the worst thing that it does not do is act like a real phone. I can't hear sometimes. It's like, what the heck?
And you're falling in and out sometimes, driving down the highway. All of a sudden, whoops, nothing there.
Number 1 on the list, a longer battery life so you don't have to recharge it constantly. It was the top answer by far. 46% chose that one. It's also nice if it doesn't blow up in your ear the Galaxy Note 7 that they recall. That would be a nice thing to
Samsung,
add.
wasn't it?
Yeah. A shatterproof screen. 21% would like that, so you don't have to worry about dropping it.
For Apple people, though, if you have a Motorola, Google, it's fine. Drop it all you want.
And we'll give you the complete list coming up. Stay with us. I think they're like 3 seconds late. Watch this.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5 seconds late.
FNN News.
All right, Larry, appreciate that. We've got a caller. We were talking about the top 5 features we want on our phones, Paul. Well, he's got an interesting take. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, G. Hey, Paul.
Good morning.
I just like old phones. I would like to have a dial on my cell phone.
Wait a minute now.
Attention.
Not the push button. You're talking about the rotary thing.
I want a rotary dial. Absolutely.
Paul, let me see your phone. I can see that, Paul. That would be. These young people wouldn't know what to do with that.
They would not. Absolutely would not.
I know it. Can I borrow your phone, Pappy? Try it.
Click.
I just like the sound that rotary used to make when it spun all the way backwards.
When I used to collect these guys, that's what I would go for. I mean, I went through hundreds in this guy's collection one time and just listened to the sound of the dial and said, yeah, that one and that one. It's just cool.
But do you remember the days when all the phone numbers had an extension?
Oh, sure.
Greenwood 7.
Well, back in Bovey, Minnesota, it was 571. And if you had a letter following the three numbers, it was a party line, which meant you could jump on and hear
People are
talk.
listening to your conversation and
Operator
everything.
would say, "Operator, how can I help you?" Yeah, it was great.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to listen to the commercials that come on TV for gimbals that would reupholster your furniture, and it was Murray Hill 9.
Sure.
Well, yeah, they would do that kind of stuff. But so that's what you want. He wants folks, and we're working on this. He wants a rotary dial on his cell phone. That would make his life so much better.
Well, think of Max Smart's shoe phone,
which never worked. No. Wait a minute. I think that did work. It was the cone of silence that never worked.
Well, that was it. But that's all. Just as a joke,
Right on.
Maybe,
Good stuff.
Maybe walk around downtown Stewart with 3 brick phones hanging from my belt.
There you go.
Sounding important.
Can't wait to see it. Our man on the street will be interviewing you very soon,
he
sir.
will.
Thank you very much there. 8:36 now. Oh, boy.
It's 1590 WPSL's Your World in 60 Seconds.
They're funny and they're rich. The top earning comedians.
Now a health benefit.
Jerry Seinfeld's made more than $900 million in the past decade.
It cleans out the arteries. You can actually live longer, which I guess is good news unless you're a wino.
But he's lost the top spot in this year's best paid list to...
You see my fire?
Kevin Hart, who earns $87 million a year to Seinfeld's $43 million. The highest paid woman on the list...
Amy Schumer!
Fourth place Amy Schumer took home $17 million.
Californians living in remote communities in the Santa Cruz Mountains are under orders to evacuate. Department of Forestry and Fire Protection says so far, more than 1.5 square miles of dry brush and timber have been charred.
The Washington Monument's been plagued by elevator problems over the past 2 years, and now the National Park Service is hanging up the closed sign on the icon for now. They've got a budget of $3 million to get that elevator fixed, but the process is supposed to take up to 9 months to finish.
Consumer confidence has hit the highest level in 9 months.
Home prices are up 5% for the year. The Standard & Poor's CoreLogic Case-Shiller 20-City Index of home prices increased 0.6% in July.
It's now time for the Gold and Silver Report. Let me just bring that right up here. Gee, I thought we were doing the sports, but hey, it happens once in a while. We lose those things now and then. The gold, by the way, is at a high of 1327.40. That's down 0.13%. And silver also down 0.13, coming in at 1992. And the Gold and Silver Report has been brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins, trading in gold and silver bullion, all U.S. coins, since 1994.
And now, from Studio 3BA, let's talk sports. Paul Stone.
Well, thank you, G. The Marlins organization paid tribute to its young pitching star, Jose Fernandez, before their game on Monday night with the New York Mets. His teammates all wore number 16. Well, yesterday on the floor of the U.S. Senate, Florida Senator Marco Rubio honored the young Cuban defector who became an American citizen.
Jose Fernandez was the pride of Miami, but he belonged to every fan who loved to watch him pitch. When Miami saw Jose on the mound, they saw more than just a great athlete. They saw all their hopes and dreams and aspirations, all we are and all we could be, and we said to ourselves, this is what the American dream looks like. And boy, is the American dream alive and well.
And yesterday, the Marlins announced the memorial services have been set for Jose. A public viewing will take place today at St. Brendan's Catholic Church in Miami. Guests can pay their respect to the church anytime between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. On Thursday, September 29th, a private mass for Jose Fernandez will be celebrated and attended by the Fernandez family, Marlins players, coaches, and front office personnel. A few Miami Marlins players are counting their blessings after skipping a deadly boat ride with late teammates Jose Fernandez. Outfielder Marcel Ozuna said he and several other teammates turned down an invitation to go along and tried to talk Fernandez out of going.
It was a bad decision to him because when you hear everybody say no, something you have to take a little fray and go back to your house and take it easy in the house.
And with time running out in the playoff race, the New York Mets set sympathy aside. Noah Syndergaard struck out 8 and allowed 1 run in 6 innings Tuesday night, and the Mets totaled 19 hits to beat the grieving Marlins 12-1. Jay Bruce and Yoenis Cespedes each hit their 31st home run for the Mets, who maintain their half-game lead over the Giants for the first NL wild card. San Francisco routed Colorado 12-3. I would think by week's end we shall know who will be playing in the wild card games, and those, of course, will be going on to play for the World Series. Don't look now, but NBA training camps, they're underway, G. The Miami Heat are in Bahamas and beginning to train camp today. The Orlando Magic, that is, camp is also getting underway. And forward Chris Bosh, who failed to pass his physical, is no longer in the Heat's plans, did not make the trip with the team. So without Bosh and all-time Heat great Dwayne Wade, who's now in Chicago, by the way, what are the plans for the team?
Our expectations don't change. So it's not like we're sitting around feeling sorry for ourselves or that all of a sudden things change and we're going to lower the bar. That doesn't happen in this organization.
Yeah, that was Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of your Heat. Well, the NFL has released their power rankings for the Week 3. Yeah, well, this is the third time I've said this, G. I got to say it at least one more time. Number 1, the Broncos from Denver. And they had that new quarterback. Austin, the guy they had, left him. He's going to be probably cut pretty soon from the team he went to. And their new quarterback is just nobody. Like so many new quarterbacks playing this year, G. It's the kind of a thing where one man gets hurt, next man up, and they're doing pretty well. Look at New England, Minnesota, Denver, a bunch of teams.
Dolphins.
Well, yeah.
Well, sorry.
Well, anyway, the
right,
Broncos number 1, Patriots number 2, Seahawks 3, Vikings 4, Cardinals 5, and the Packers coming in at 6. And not to be forgotten, your Dolphins are 25th with a bullet, G.
With a bullet,
With a
baby.
bullet,
We got
man.
that bullet going on.
And for all you Patriots fans, Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett were both present for the start of Tuesday's practice. The New England Patriots remain hopeful that at least one of their injured quarterbacks will be available for Sunday's home game against the Buffalo Bills.
I'm telling you, the pressure is on Tom Brady. When they come back, by the way, they're going to be playing, I think it was Cincinnati. In Cincinnati.
Yep.
Brady's first time back. If they are 4-0 in that game, I'm thinking pressure's going to be on him. What if I lose?
Sure.
What if I lose? I'll be the first person to lose all year, and everybody else was second string and third string, and I come back and we lose against that team?
You know, G,
I'm thinking the pressure's on him, dude.
It's a must-win game, but
Is it?
Yeah,
they don't know. They would have already won 4. They would be 4-0.
But you see, if he loses, he can go home to Giselle.
Well, that's true.
And she's making $20 million a year herself. So,
You know, Paul, I wanted to mention to you Monday. I threw away my grill.
Oh, you did?
I didn't get a new one yet, but I got rid of the old one.
You are grillless right now.
I am grillless. I got rid of it. I got all the extra soot out and put it away and everything because I didn't want them when they picked it up for it to go all over the place. And I know on Mondays there's a guy that comes by with a truck, and he has refrigerators and dryers and washer and dryers, all kinds of stuff in the back, and he just collects the stuff and he takes it. And that's cool. That's what I wanted him to do.
Sure.
I was in my garage still cleaning it out when he came by.
And?
Dude slowed up, looked at my stuff, and kept going.
Didn't even stop.
I'm like, this dude just hurt my feelings. You know that? What's the expression? One man's trash is another man's treasure?
Yeah.
Not my stuff. My trash was my trash, and he didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
Did you have a gas grill?
Yeah.
How do
no.
you
It was a charcoal grill.
Would you ever use gas?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How do you know when the gas is almost out?
There's a thing, and I
I've
Googled
had
that.
The things, man.
Yeah, the thing that you. You know how you know?
You buy a second one.
You always have 2.
You're right
I've got
about
2
that.
of them.
You're right.
Because I have
right.
had that happen to me, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, friends, you got 3 nice steaks on there, and uh-oh.
Yep, I've got 2.
Honey.
But the thing that you mentioned, it's supposed to let you know when it gets a certain.
Yeah, I've had one had a marker you pour water
didn't
over
work?
it. And one was a weight thing
It's
you
too
held
much.
on it.
Just too much
like you
trouble.
said, buy a
just
second
get
one.
2.
Yeah, you're right.
Get a second one and just be done with it.
Don't be embarrassed.
Yeah, but next time I put my trash out, somebody please take it.
Maybe.
Nobody don't even want my trash. That's bad. That's pretty bad, Paul.
That's telling you something.
This is Sean Connery. I'm listening to the morning show on 1590 WPSL, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
You think he really listens to us?
I think so.
Sean
Very
Connery?
possible. Sure.
I think he just said that.
Why wouldn't
Did we pay him to say that?
I'll have to ask Cliff that later.
Yeah. Continuing with the what you want, the features, the top features you want on your phone, other than the rotary dial that our listener Chuck suggested: a shatterproof screen, better water resistance, 15%, which is starting to happen, by the way. The new iPhones are waterproof, and so is the Galaxy Note 7 when it's not on fire.
I dropped mine one time in a shaving, and I dropped it in there. Took it right out fast and put it in a bag of rice.
And dried it out.
Worked.
But did it was submerged though, actually, or just?
I got it out fast.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good for you, man. Because my son just did his iPhone like that. Totally ruined. Got to get a new one. A better camera. You know, I really don't care about the camera thing. I mean, I do take pictures with it every now and then, but I really don't. That's not something that I need on mine. I mean, it comes with it, but people said that they want the best camera possible. Better hands-free technology, 5%, so it's safer to use in the car. I would like it to sound better when I'm in the car and I just touch my stereo to talk to you when you call me. I would like that to be better. The microphone that's sitting there doesn't seem to be picking it up, as sometimes they don't hear what I'm saying if we're talking at the same time. You can't, So I would like that to be a better function. And 73% of people, Paul, say they probably won't buy the new iPhone because they don't want a phone without a headphone jack.
Yeah.
Well, we did the story yesterday. Just take a drill and drill a hole in it. I mean,
and if it doesn't work, send Bill to G.
And I'll send it to Cliff.
Good morning, folks. It's 8:52, 72 degrees. It's time for the final newscast in the morning show on 1590 WPSL. When it comes to teachers' salaries, the state of Florida gets a solid C. According to rankings from thewaldhub.com, starting pay for teachers in the Sunshine State is at $35,000 a year. That's 25th in the country. New Jersey ranked number 1 for teachers overall, and Hawaii was last. Some people with disabilities say the Magic Kingdom isn't so magical for them. Lawyer Andy Dagali is appealing the dismissal of 45 lawsuits accusing Disney of discrimination against those with autism. Disney allows visitors to make a reservation for a ride to avoid waiting in line. But Dagali says a long wait could make children with autism have a meltdown and lead their parents to leave the park early. Disney says they go to great lengths to accommodate the disabled. And that bird on Twitter, well, it might soon get a pair of mouse ears. Disney is preparing to make a bid to buy the company. Bloomberg.com reports Disney's interest is tied to Twitter's ability to expand Disney's streaming video distribution, which would be another attempt by Disney to reach potential customers. And it isn't just NASA that's aiming for Mars. Elon Musk, the head of SpaceX, has announced plans to send a fleet of ships to the Red Planet with the goal of colonizing it. Things will get their first start for a familiar Florida launch site.
It is a fit on Pad 39A, which NASA's been kind enough to allow us to use, where because they sort of oversized the pad in doing Saturn V, and as a result, we can actually do a much larger vehicle on that same launch pad.
And Musk says the goal is to have a population of 1 million people on the Mars colony by the year 100 years have passed. The colony flights to Mars could be happening within 20 years or less if all goes well. And the money from nearly $30 million for One Orlando Fund began to be distributed today to victims of the Pulse nightclub massacre. The estate of the 49 patrons who were killed will get the largest amount, $350,000. Fund director Alex Martin says they are tried to be as fair as possible. Patrons who weren't injured got the smallest amount, $25,000. And if you want to vote in November, the deadline is to register in Florida is October the 11th. The state's election office has just updated their voter education toolkit. It's available online at www.yourvoteflorida.com. And although Google, well, we talked about the Google exact date of birth. I would think G just looked it up, and they said the date of birth was September the 4th, wasn't it, G?
And we Googled it, yeah.
Google knows what time they're going. And finally, the coffee may be the new Viagra, G. Well, correspondent Jim Chenevy, he tells us about a new drink called Stiff Bull.
The FDA is looking into a new brand of coffee that promises to greatly improve sexual health. It's called Stiff Bull, with the slogan, The Relationship Saver. This herbal coffee is a concoction that also includes guarana, maca root, and tongat ali, a Malaysian plant that is said to have Viagra-like properties. According to those who have consumed the stuff, it lives up to its name. The FDA says Stiff Bull also contains death-methyl-carbodenafil, which is structurally similar to the active ingredient in Viagra, and may interact with some prescription drugs with potentially dangerous side effects. Jim Chenevy, CBS News.
Okay, well, listen, those are the stories making big news this hour. Traffic looking right now, G, it's all good out there. At least the traffic is all good out there anyway. No problems. If you got to see something happening out there, give us a call here at 340-1590.
I tell you, boy. Let's go back in the day, Paul.
Let's do that, G. Well, 474 years ago, in 1542, a Portuguese navigator working for the Spanish crown, Juan Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo.
That's easy for you to say.
He discovered California when he sailed into present-day San Diego Bay. 168 years ago, flogging was abolished as a form of punishment by the U.S. Navy vessels. So they were flogging you before that, I guess. 61 years ago in 1955, the World Series was televised in color for the very first time. Gee, do you have a TV in 55 with color?
Our first TV was our first color TV was a month's color TV. And I don't remember. I know we had one, but
we had black and white TV. But you put they had these plastic yellow, green, red. You put them over your screen.
What?
Yes.
And it made it in color?
Well, it made it red or yellow or green.
Oh, so see, that wasn't NBC's in living color.
No, it wasn't exactly.
No, okay. All right.
48 years ago, Hey Jude by the Beatles hit #1 on the pop singles chart. It remained there for 9 weeks. And 25 years ago, 1991, Chris Farley, Chris Rock, and Julia Sweeney joined the Saturday Night Live crew. That's when they were really funny, G, back in those days.
Saturday Night Live was funny in those days.
Was. 21 years ago, the House passed the first bill introduced by California Congressman Sonny Bono. That's before it hit the tree, I think.
Oh, stop it.
Well, I'm just saying. 20 years ago, this particular big-time star, he met with our Cliff,
Well, and Cliff tells the story a lot. Tiny Tim, didn't him and Miss Vicky get married here at the studios or something?
No. Johnny Carson show, I think, but I could be wrong, yeah.
But Cliff was a friend. You knew him or interviewed him or something, Cliff?
I spent about a day with him.
He spent a day
with Connie Tim. That had to be a day in the life.
And from what I gather, a real smart dude.
Yeah, well, he collapsed on stage in 1996 from a heart attack at one of his ukulele rocking concerts in Massachusetts.
I got to tell you, ukuleles are popular again.
Yes, they are.
They are. The kids are playing ukulele again. I don't know about the long hair, though.
I can't even spell
but,
ukulele.
He's got a very high voice. Here's Tiny Tim, isn't it? I mean, you're talking about a falsetto.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, tiptoe through the tulips with a
That's it for us, Paul.
Hey, you have a great day.
Not a second too soon. We're at WPSL Port St. Lucie. Your CBS News is next, followed by Cliff and SwapShop. He might play some more Tiny Tim. I'm not sure. Have yourself a great day.